Hey guys, Diabolic Tadpole here again. I just want to touch base with you on everything that's going on. Like I've been saying, I've been trying to tell everybody light and shadow art. First of all, I want to point out that face right there on the map. I don't know if you can see it, but the lake is actually his face, and the black edge of the map cuts off his face. Alright, the reason why we're out in this area is because I want to teach you how to use the sun properly. While I was down here investigating alien drawings that I found underneath this water, I thought there was an alien mountain here. Well, come to find out, there are alien mountains all over the map, but I don't think they're alien mountains really. It's just mountains with drawings on it, and there is all over your map. You could see them. When you push start, you could see them. They're almost touching the water, and so there is a light shade of gray in that area. And I encourage you to go investigate all of these. I think that the jetpack's gonna maybe be at one of these things. We gotta find like the right drawing, maybe. I'm not really sure. But one thing I do want to touch on is this game is using a lot of light and shadow art, using the sun. This rock right here is covered in this yellow substance that makes the faces underwater. If you find this yellow substance underwater and you sit back a good distance and let the sun show you what's there, you will eventually see something. You just gotta find it underwater and look. So I'm gonna go underwater and just show you the sun rays here and teach you how to come over here and just watch the sun and see what it does. Like I was saying, if you follow all the yellow covered rocks, you'll find pictures and depictions of stuff. Look at that face right in front of me. That looks like a sea otter almost. But as I get closer, you can definitely tell it's just rocks and stuff sitting there. But as I'm swimming up to it, it definitely looks like something different. Alright, so catch my breath for a minute and I'm gonna swim back underneath. Try to get down to where you can see the sun rays. Look at this skull right in front of me. The sun is shining in this area, so all of this yellow rock stuff is lit up for me. All I gotta do is be at the right distance to see it. And I'm not gonna show you a whole bunch of stuff down here because there's just too much to see down here. And a lot of it depends on the time of day, where the sun is, even the moon. You know, at night it lights up down here, just certain areas light up. I notice that the deeper down you go, during the moonlight is when you can see some massive murals on the side of the mountains that I've found all throughout the map. And you know, I've been asking people for help. I've been going online and just trying to get help with this, and nobody seems to believe me. Look at the fish. Does anybody see that fish as I was swimming down? Nobody seems to believe me that I know what I'm talking about, but I tell you, I know what I'm talking about. I know how to read the sun. I know how to, step 2. And this is what we need to do. We need to find all these arts, these murals, and we need to be able to read what it's trying to tell us. Further on throughout this video, you're going to see a lot of stuff that I want to show you that is, out on you see the sunlight around me? I'm surrounded by the sunlight, but you could tell which way the sun's coming from, which way it's hitting down on the earth, which way it's hitting down in the ocean, stuff like that. Alright, so another clip right here. Right down beneath me, there looks to be almost like a panda bear. But as I gotta get further away from it, you're not gonna be able to tell, so it's not quite there right now. There's a face to my right. This is what I'm talking about when I say we need to use the sun. Now these are just random mountains. I believe I'm by Fort Zancudo right now. And you will start to see, as I fly around, many different faces pop out. I encourage you to pause the video and just look around for different types of outlines and just look for the patterns. There are faces all over my videos. I'm up in the right area. I'm becoming the eye. That's what I'm doing. That's what the mural wants us to do. It wants us to become the eye. You'll see all sorts of pictures. Did you see that face just down beneath me? Alright, so I brought you to this valley right here. This is the altruist camp, the backside of it. But there are words all over this valley. And it lights up. And the sun hits it correct. Like I was saying, you need to research light and shadow art technique. It's a type of way of photographing photos or using photos to create like another photo or set the mood in such like a dramatic way, I guess. But the way that you use the sun in that technique is the way that you would use the sun to read all of what it's trying to show you. And I haven't, I've come across a whole bunch of faces. There are faces everywhere, all over the game. There are words, there are everything, and I've been trying, there's just so much for one person to look at, and nobody's making videos on this. Wispy Woods just came close, and he made a video on that X box, and that is pretty good. He did notice an X in a box, but if you ask me, using my technique, when I sat there for a day or so, it looks like it turns into be the key. And I think that box that Wispy found is trying to tell us that the sun is the key. That's what we need to use to be able to see this art that I'm showing you in these videos. And there's a lot of it, and I've been asking for help. So if anybody wants to chip in now and just hit me up, I got a lot to show you. And if you want to get up to speed where I'm at, instead of wasting all this time and ask where I've been already searched, and but I've only touched the surface of it still. There's still a lot to see. And it's a lot for one person to be sitting around looking at. And, I actually have a life where I go and do 2 jobs, and I come home and I take care of my kid. And I do get on every night now and Twitch this stuff, but nobody seems to come and watch me. Or they come in for a minute and just, they don't sit long enough to actually see what's going on, because I go to these places and I just sit all night long. And I watch what changes, and I know what changes. I see it all the time. These words appear, these faces appear. They are not there every single night. These faces are put there, and these words are put there. And, I need help. I don't know. I feel like I'm going crazy. Because every time I show people videos, they say that they don't see what I'm seeing. But this is gonna be by far the best video that I put out there, because I'm actually putting my time and effort into showing you what I need to show you. So but on the blacklight map, it tells you that we need to take control of the buzzard or something that'll get to the altitude, because if you actually get up to that, like the full height of where it says San Andreas, all the way up to the sky high, you can actually see stuff marked off in the city, drawings in the city, but you got to play connect the dots with the lights. There's yellow lights by the boardwalk that actually make a guy. There's the streets that connect the docks to the city actually have an Indian face in it. I found a cracked Easter egg in one of my other videos. I got a couple of videos on here of me just sitting above the city and watching it for hours on end for multiple nights. And, you could actually see what I found up there, too. There's a lot of stuff that I found up there. And it is, night persistent, weather persistent. You guys see that deer or rabbit or face or whatever that was? I encourage you to... Again, I encourage you guys to, pause my videos at any time. What I do is I screenshot my videos about Tadpole Out.